Right, so this is the Atom Science Success Programme, and I used to call it just chemistry, but I branched out into other fields as well. But I don't actually teach the other subjects, I only teach the chemistry. I handed them over last year. So if you want to get some great results like some of these, so these are GCSE, Wales and England. Wales still uses the A* system, and of course England is the 9 system. So these are, I've been doing this 10 years, so this is over the last 10 years. And then these are the A-level ones as well. So the C, he did really well. He came up from a U. The Ruskin University, he was a reset and he got a D, and everyone thought he was going to get an A*, but he memorized the mark scheme, which I know during COVID they suggested that, but it's not a good idea because he ended up getting a D overall, and then got in contact with me. I taught some of his friends, I haven't got them on here actually, and they got A*. I think I've got them later. Right, so when you come on board, you get access to Module 1, and Module 1 basically teaches you how to, well, we test you on what kind of learner you are, and then we train you in how to use that method as well, and then apply it to exams. So at the moment, we're doing sort of like baseline assessments, finding out what people can do, what they can't do, and a bit of teaching as well. So this is what this is about today, as well as giving you a flavour of how I actually teach. So there's no distractions, are there? So, so this is, so hopefully you'll be able to take action today, and then so going off to do pharmacy or medicine. I don't know about Ian's phone, I didn't ask, sorry. So this is me, Carol Padden. Like I said, I've been doing this about 10 years. I was a biochemist. I was actually a research biochemist at Bristol, Liverpool, Manchester and Cardiff universities, and I stopped in 2009 because my daughter got ill and I ended up homeschooling her as a result. She qualified last year with a degree in zoology, and she's on her way to doing something with animals of some sort, looking after them, that sort of thing. She did a zoology degree. I taught at postgraduate level, so I had to unpick a lot of bad habits. And so now I come to the other side, and I hope to instill in you good habits, so that if you want to do something in the scientific field. So when you do medicine, when you get to about 28 to 32, somewhere around there, you'll want to progress and either become a consultant or something else. Well, to become a consultant, you have to do a PhD now, and I used to train those people. And so you'll end up either working in the lab or on the wards, and if you will end up in the lab, you get somebody like me training you. And so therefore I've come on the other side, and I developed learning styles when I learned about them when I did teacher training a few years ago. So before COVID, we did lots of group work where it was outdoors, it was really hands-on. These were a bunch of homeschool children, so they've all finished now. So we did engineering. So my friend here, he's an engineer, so he came in and helped everybody and set up a workshop for them. And then the rest of them, we did it. So this is the room that I'm actually sitting in at the moment. It's now been converted into my office because of COVID. We did run a workshop in the school holidays for the homeschool children as well. That's on a campsite. We have got some photographs with me. I took a year 12 with me last year. I was also face-to-face tutoring one-to-one, and also online tutoring one-to-one, and then in small groups. Sorry. Then during COVID, of course, all the schools shut, everyone panicked. I persuaded everybody that they need an education, because I told the parents that it's their responsibility to make sure that their children are educated, not the government, because that's what the law states. And I ended up having lots of other people, so and ended up putting them in groups because I couldn't cope And when they all went back to school, I just didn't have enough hours. So working all evenings and the weekends as well. So they had to be put into groups. So that's what happened in COVID. I also noticed that the agencies vanished, basically. So I needed to market myself. So I hired a coach to help me do this. And I also hired a team. So we got with us today, we've got Vay, I haven't got your photograph on here actually. So Vay and Joe, this is Joe, and then Vicky's got COVID. These are the other teachers. So if you need help with biology GCSE or physics GCSE or A level, then they can help you. And then actually this is my daughter who proofreads everything. And this is Camille who does everything that I ask her to do, basically. So everyone has potential to get a really great result and everything in their exams and learning how to study. And it's brilliant that you're starting in year 8 and everything. The youngest I've had is aged 5 years old. He was an autistic boy who his intelligence was probably greater than mine for maths and physics anyway. He knew university stuff, things that he was telling me about, but the practical side of things he couldn't do, like tie his shoelaces and stuff like that. And so I was teaching him how to do fun experiments for his age group. He did do some of the stuff that you do at GCSE as well, actually, not at A level because it's too dangerous.
So the last chemistry test I got tested on, I got 60, something like 60%, which is something like a C grade. And this time I got an A star, which was 86%, and I'm like so happy.
So I had her during COVID, and these are the ones that were last year. So Ashwin actually ended up with an 8, and Jason ended up with an A star in the end. So I looked up the national averages and everything. Now I know they are thousands of children because there's 800,000 children born in England and Wales in your year groups. So it goes up to 2013 and then it starts dropping. And my numbers aren't as high as 800,000 children in each year group. But they are in the hundreds. This is the results that we get. So when I looked it up, it was quite impressive, really, I thought. With most people getting, the high grades that you need to get to university. But it's down to the way that I do it and the way that you do it if you do actually do what I say to do. So this is just one of the parents that this boy, he was very ill and they were always nagging him to do something, and he actually worked with the physics teacher, and they were very impressed with the way that he responded and didn't need to be nagged anymore to go and do some work. So if you're feeling like this, confused, how do you feel? Hamid, how do you feel about your A levels?
Just perplexed right now and a bit lost.
Okay. So what are you lost on?
Just where to start revising, I guess, since I didn't do much revision last year.
All right. So do you have any advice for Farhid, who's year 8?
Start revising early, I guess, because it makes your life a lot easier later on.
Okay. I don't know Ian's phone. What age group is Ian's phone? Because it's obviously his dad.
GCSE.
He's year what, sorry?
Year 11.
Year 11. Okay, so GCSE. So then sure, it's okay. So then it's like revise early.
So actually today she's gone to Duke of Edinburgh,
right,
program, and that's why she's missing the whole session.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll give her feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So so studying early is a good idea. You spread it all out. GCSE now is 2 years worth, and so is A levels in England. If you're in Wales, they're still on the old system where you just do exams at the end of every year. So it doesn't, the pressure is not as high, but it's still high, but not as bad as in England. I know how you feel. I did the same system as you're doing now, where it was in 2 years. And no, I was exactly the same as you, Hamed. I didn't start working until the final year as well. So I know what it feels like. For my degree, I made sure I actually studied the whole way through, to make sure I did learn my lesson at A levels, to not leave it till the last minute. So, but that's what most teenagers do, you know, procrastinate, and then you just leave it, and then it's like panicking. But at least you've come early, haven't you? Right, so then if we have your commitment to take action at the end, if you give me a thumbs up or a nod. Yeah, a nod, okay, very good. Right, so let's go. So I'll just give you a bit of background about what the programme entails, and then I'll show you how I do it. So this makes you seem smarter in class, because that's what the feedback I've had from the children. It's all about you, and we also try and motivate you. So I gave a pep talk to the nines this morning about how to do things. So if you're feeling like this, like you said, I'll put that in actually, that you don't know where to start when your studies, everything is confusing. Does school go really fast for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the feedback I'm getting a lot. Same last year and the year before, school just whizzes through the material. I don't, I go at the pace of whoever I'm teaching. So you can relate to that. So this is the science, atom science program. So I've taken the word the acronym atoms. The company is called Atom Pie anyway. We came up with it a few years ago. It wasn't just my idea. We all brainstormed. Right, so this is the goal. So to make you feel more confident, less stressed, know where to start studying, earn an A star or a 9, so and reach your potential. Then you can't afford to leave this to chance. Now these are the brother and sister I talked about for the Ruskin University person. They were the ones who recommended him to me, or me to them. Right, so what I've noticed, it takes about 12 weeks to get to see a consistent improvement. Some people have done it faster. We've had 2 that have done it in 8 weeks, where they jump from, you know, the bottom grades to the top grades. It's not a gradual increase, really. It's more like jumping, and it's not jumping 1 or 2, it's jumping 5 grades, I think it is. So I've had one girl go from a U to an A, and then I've had somebody go from a D to 100%. Actually, quite a lot of them get 100% in the tests. We've just done baseline assessments, so they're all round about C at the moment. So we've got some work to do to get their grades up. It helps you retain the information better. So like I said before at the beginning, so the first thing I do with everybody, I test to find out what kind of learner you are. And then from this, I will then train you in how to use your dominant learning style. So everybody has one way that they prefer learning. Do you know what your ways are, preferred learnings? No, nobody knows actually. I didn't know at your age. I wish I'd known, but I didn't know. I go at your pace as well, and then also we train you to do things every day, like brush your teeth every day, comb your hair every day, you know, that sort of stuff. I set homework, and I set 7 pieces of work. They're very short, that I don't want you to do them all in one go, even though people do, because that defeats what I'm trying to get people to do. And, you know, so if you learnt you learnt your times tables when you were younger, didn't you? You learnt them over a few days. You didn't learn them all in one go. You learnt them over a few days until you got the hang of them. And so that's what we kind of do. Then we optimize you for the exams. So that's preparing you on how to do the exam papers, talk through them. Today I did an exam paper with the Year 9 group. So just talk about them, how to do them, that kind of thing. do you find that school expects you to just to be able to study? Yep. Yeah. So we will teach you how to study using your dominant learning style. So it actually is all based around you. We also do this within the groups as well. So we have groups work. Everyone bounces off everybody else. The year 13s sit there smiling at me for some unknown reason. They do talk a bit, but they kind of all just all sit there smiling at me. Do you feel like that sometimes, sitting in class, smiling and thinking you know it, and then you just smile at me until I ask you a horrible question, or your teacher does? Yeah. So that's what we try to do. We've started doing exam papers already. We do them on a Thursday. That's for the whole of the A levels. We just do that for. And then in the classes for the others as well. But we're doing a special thing for the year 13s, and the year 12s just join in. And then to motivate you, so you do something every day to get right. And then you'll be able to look at it. I'll show you in a moment what it looks like, and you can go and watch it as many times as you like, and go over it often. Okay. So I thought I'd just write some exam tips and everything, because I know you've got a long way to go for actual exams, Farhad, but you might end up doing tests anyway. So like Hamed said, start early. That's what his advice is. Know how you learn and study. So knowing your dominant learning style will help you. It wastes a lot of time. I used to revise in ways that weren't suitable to me, and I used to like stare out the window and not being able to do things, and then I get really low grades at school. So when I learned to study, I now start getting high grades. I'm at the other spectrum now. Practice questions. Reading your notes isn't enough. By practicing like what I've just done with you, just asking you some questions, you do know it, but until you ask some questions yourself, or somebody else asks some questions, or you read them, then you don't really know whether you know something or not. Okay, so a few years ago, I did an exam, and in one of the jobs that I was doing at the time, and it was all the equipment I'd been using. But because somebody started asking me how to do such and such with it, writing it down was really difficult, and I didn't do very well the first time I did it, the exam and everything. So I had to spend some time on, I mean, I knew how to do it practically, but unfortunately I took shortcuts as well in using the equipment, and they wanted some of the more detailed stuff that I didn't use. So, and with learning, in my dominant learning style, I got the highest grade, which was like a shock to me. Read the question, not the one that you think that they're asking. So today I had this, that they didn't answer the question I asked them, basically, but you did today, Hamed, you did really well. So, and then easy marks are the definitions, learn them, okay? I have loads of definitions within my portal that you can have easy access to. Think positively, because have you noticed when you start thinking, I can't do this, then you start feeling a bit more miserable and you can't really do it, but you can, because you found out today you can do it, okay? I've got a sticker on my laptop that says I can do this. And it reminds me when I feel as if I can't do something, that I can actually do this. And then also keep the momentum there. Don't peak too early. If you peak too early, you'll be sick of exams and you won't want to do, and then you don't perform very well in the exams. So it's also like keeping the pace there. Right. So this is what some of the other children have said over the years, that they created good habits. One boy told me that nobody taught him to study, and I did. He's much more confident, little and often, that they don't feel alone. So this is really good in a group as well, because you don't feel as if you're the only one who can't do it. Everyone can't do it, basically. Then the material is all placed in a learning portal that you can have access to as well. So it's got the videos, any PDFs, so that it gets saved as a PDF, the interactive whiteboard. There's quizzes. Last year I did lots of exam papers the last 6 weeks. I got fed up of doing them, but I persevered doing them with everybody and telling them how to do it. So that's for the year 11 and the year 13s. So do you want to feel confident too? Do you feel confident now, Ahmed? You feel better? Yeah. Farhad, do you want to feel you can do this too? Brilliant.
So how has your dominant learning style knowledge helped you?
It's helped me like manage my time more effectively because now I know how to like revise in a way that suits me, so I'm not wasting a lot of time and I'm actually like learning the stuff. So
Oh, that's good, thank you. You still like my lessons?
yeah.
That's good. What do you like about them?
I like that they're a group so everyone can like, because sometimes some people have questions I wouldn't usually think of and then they turn out to be like really helpful and help me understand the topic more. But I also like how we're doing everything in detail and it's chemistry for all the exam boards because then it helps you tackle, you know, those really weird questions which you have no clue how to answer because you're thinking it's not like on your step. But because of the lessons, it's more easier to do that.
Right, so she's going to medicine this year. She got an A, and she said, thank you very much for tutoring me. And I'm really pleased. So she's going to go to Queen Mary in London. Well, she's probably gone now because it's October, isn't it? So they will have started. So this is how we support you. This is the learning portal. So I can show you actually some of the ways that we've done on the interactive whiteboard. I actually pulled them up earlier because I've been doing looking at them today. So I can so you can have a look. The lessons go up. This is how you get into it, and then these are all the different courses that are available, all the different boards. I know it only says WJC on there, but we've got AQA, OCR, Edexcel are in there now. OCR A and B at A level are in there as well. We've also got WhatsApp community. So these are all the WhatsApp groups that were running last year. We sort of combined some of them together. These are the questions that somebody sent to me and we ended up working through them as a group. So it not only benefited the girl who sent them to me, but it was everybody as well. A lot of back titrations are done. I know all the sticking points for GCSE and A level, where everyone gets stuck, so that we just carry on doing it. This is the present timetable. This has just been, this is effective from next week. So the Key Stage 3 are on a Saturday morning, okay? Or actually no, that's turned into a GCSE group, actually. So Key Stage 3 will be on a Saturday sometime, if you're interested, okay? Because I'm doing some basic stuff with them. The A levels are Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, 7 o'clock. So the Monday and the Wednesday are teaching sessions, and then the Thursdays when we've been doing somebody's practice giving us. So last week we did what was it? Free radical substitution, and somebody else taught me. So it's a bit like you, Hamed, would teach me. So somebody taught me, and we just filled in all the gaps. Yesterday, because it was on Friday. So yesterday we did equilibrium. We went over and we had a discussion about equilibrium and what it all meant, and could people remember it, which was no. Do you remember Le Chatier's principle? You do. So, yeah. So we went over that, gave them an easy way to remember it, much easier way to remember it. If I switch over at the moment, these are real lessons, what have happened. So we were doing benzene. So just teaching them easy ways to remember it. And then we went over them. And then we did Markovitch's rule as well. So that's your 13 group, that was. And then this is the year 10 group at the moment. So we just done, this is an exam paper question, and then this is somebody answering it. And then, so you see it's interactive, that's their homework. And then the year 12 group, they've learnt these, so we've been practicing naming them. So we won't have to go over them hundreds of millions of times when we're just going over the generic names and everything. I can just slot things in and they'll be able to do it. Hopefully, that's the idea anyway. And then so are you ready to take action today? Got any parents around? Yeah, your parents been listening in as well. Okay. So for today only, we're offering a discount on the lessons. Oh, wait a minute. So sorry, this is what happens when you come in.